Only a few years after his dominance in Philly, Carson has made the trip down to Indianapolis with the goal of becoming the next star quarterback for the Colts.
Wentz looking, he spins. Wentz is inside the 5 to the end zone, he's in! Touchdown!
After Jalen Hurts was drafted last season, it was writing on the wall that Carson was likely making a trip out of the city of brotherly love. So now the question was, what's next? Nearly every team in need of a franchise quarterback was after him, but the main options were the Texans, Bears, and Colts. The Texans are pretty self-explanatory with the whole Deshaun Watson ordeal, but it was likely never going to work due to the lack of consistency and lack of care by management for the players' interests. Next up was the Bears, which is definitely an interesting fit for someone like Carson who can elevate talent around him. So having guys like Allen Robinson on offense and a stellar defense behind him would be a solid fit. Although seemingly a great place to go, Carson decided to pick Indy due to the promise of young talent on both sides of the ball and the fact that his bud Frank Reich is the head coach of the team. After sending a 2021 third round and a conditional second round in 2022, the Colts got a brand new star in Carson. For the last few decades, Indianapolis has seemingly always had a great quarterback, from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck to most recently Philip Rivers in the limited stay. And because of all the success, the idea of bringing someone like Carson to the Colts is exciting to say the least. Carson and Frank created magic in 2017 when Carson was an injury away from being the MVP. And since then he has been great under the radar, outside of last season where he was thrown to the Wolves.
Dang! That's tough.
If you watched the Eagles last year, there was not much of any help for Carson. And then Jalen, whether it was the awful defense, horrid O-line with all the injuries, or the wide receiver core that left a lot to be desired. But now in Indy there's a phenomenal O-line, great defense, and solid wideout core that is only getting better. Now I've been building up Indianapolis to be some amazing team with no flaws, but they are not perfect and have been missing some pieces on both sides of the ball that have kept them good, but not great for the past decade. A big portion of that is due to the fact that Andrew Luck had to carry less than amazing teams with an insane amount of injuries that eventually ended his career. On the other side, you have guys who had immense success like Peyton Manning, who led the Colts to a Super Bowl win around a decade and a half ago. Although that team had more talent with guys like Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, it wasn't just the wide receiver core. The team around Peyton had guys like Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis on defense that really made the team dangerous. And I feel like guys like Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner, along with Carson, will elevate that team to the next level. All across the Indy roster, there are young stars that are only getting better. From Jonathan Taylor, to Michael Pittman, to Nyheim Hines, and most importantly, the beast in Quentin Nelson, which I believe all will help Carson a ton. Last season, all of these guys helped Philip to the playoffs, where they barely lost to a Buffalo Bills team that made the AFC Championship. So imagine those same guys with another year of experience, with a faster, younger quarterback who is in a system where he feels more comfortable and is looking to prove the doubters wrong. This is what has me excited for Carson and the Colts, because they seem to know what they're doing, and you and I both saw how dangerous Carson can be on a team that knows what they're doing.
The respect of his teammates with that toughness, going for a deep ball, has a man behind the defense, it's caught for a touchdown!
With all this in mind, I have Carson passing for around 3,600 yards and 35 touchdowns, along with only 10 picks, which is a solid enough stat line to lead the Colts to a record around 12-5. Although miles away from a bad record, there is still room for improvement, but nonetheless, I think they will win the division this year and win their first playoff game. Honestly, I could see them going up against a team like the Chargers in a back and forth brawl. Now I know I just said the Chargers would be a mid-tier playoff team, and you know what? I mean it. Because they made some great moves and also have young talent that would make a battle between the two interesting. Anyways, I see the Colts winning a game like that and then going up against a team like the Chiefs, where they would lose pretty bad, but hey, still a solid year under the belt. I'm sure Carson and the Colts would love a year like this, and I could pretty easily see it happening with the insane amount of young talent in Indy. Although there will likely be a learning curve for Carson, he's on a great team, so even if he plays mediocre, they will do fine. But I still have him doing solid and leading the team to a solid year in 2021. Carson Wentz went from an MVP frontrunner to a laughingstock, so with the Colts he'll prove what kind of player he truly is.
Out of Wisconsin, and now Wentz going deep, what a catch by Alshon Jeffrey!
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, it would be awesome if you could subscribe, like, and comment what videos you want next. But anyways, see you guys soon and peace out.